No one should be able to fight alone.
Kamala Harris will never be my president! Whoa!
He was like not Uncle Tom, but like Uncle Tommy, or like you were a complete sellout.
First of all, it sounded like that was a non-black person telling me that. So as a Democrat, that sounds pretty racial and pretty divisive. Next, it's very interesting that I, again, would be called names or be compared to fictional characters because of who I choose to support. Again, these people who are calling and making these derogatory statements about me, who I choose to support, are denying the fact that, again, who are you to tell me that my personal experience is invalid? I think that that's something that a lot of Democrats need to look within, because how have you tried? Kamala Harris is in office right now and has not tried to do anything about the border, has not tried to not tax people on tips, and has not tried to do anything about our failing education system. So everything that she's promising she can do for you on day one, she could do right now, but she's not trying to. So that's something to, for some Dems to take home. So are you telling me that with all the black wealth that exists here in Atlanta, with all the black millionaires that live here in Atlanta, why in the world do 92% of APS students are illiterate? Make it make sense. And we have Democratic mayors, we have Democratic city council members, we have Democratic commissioners, and for whatever reason, 92% of the kids here cannot read. That statistic did not exist in Nevada. So again, I don't know if it was the fact that I got lucky. I can't say that, oh my God, it's the teachers that suck out here. I would never demean our educators here in Atlanta. But what we can acknowledge is the numbers, sir. And so while you want to call me not smart, please tell me what your side has done to fix the illiteracy rate that we see in our black children. Absolutely nothing. And in fact, not only have they not done anything to address the illiteracy issue, but then they're further confusing their kids by confusing your kids by telling them that men can give birth, by telling them that there's 53 genders, and that by telling them that your love for your best friend must mean that you are gay, you are a pansexual, asexual. Kids under the age of anything high school should not be thinking anything sexual, period. Sexual should not even be in their vocabulary. So for you to say that I'm not smart because I'm willing to call out all of the degeneracy that exists within our current education system only points to your lack of intelligence and your lack of initiative to actually do something in regards to saving our children and saving our schools.
All right.
Damn!
Wait. But to everybody who, especially the ones who look like me, and the men who look like me, who quit the, if Kamala want my vote, she need to explain herself to me what she gonna do for the black people. Listen, stop asking a motherfucking black woman to explain herself to you, or explain herself to y'all. If y'all ain't willing to ask a motherfucking white man to motherfucking explain himself. Y'all cool with the white man not explaining his motherfucking self to you. Oh, the motherfucking black, she need to explain herself to me what she gonna do for the black community.
Foreign policy. What would you do differently, Donald?
I'd make our allies, forgetting about the enemies you can't talk to so easily, I'd make our allies pay their fair share. We're a debtor nation. Something's going to happen over the next number of years with this country, because you can't keep going on losing $200 billion, and yet we let Japan come in and dump everything right into our markets and everything. It's not free trade. If you ever go to Japan right now and try to sell something, forget about it, Oprah. Just forget about it. It's almost impossible. They don't have laws against it. They just make it impossible. They come over here, they sell their cars, their VCRs, they knock the hell out of our companies. And hey, I have tremendous respect for the Japanese people. I mean, you can respect somebody that's beating the hell out of you, but they are beating the hell out of this country. Kuwait, they live like kings. The poorest person in Kuwait, they live like kings. And yet they're not paying. We make it possible for them to sell their oil. Why aren't they paying us 25% of what they're making? It's a joke.
This sounds like political presidential talk to me, and I know people have talked to you about whether or not you want to run. Would you ever?
Probably not, but I do get tired of seeing the country ripped off.
Why would you not?
I just don't think I really have the inclination to do it. I love what I'm doing. I really like it.
Also, it doesn't pay as well.
No, it doesn't. But, I just probably wouldn't do it, Oprah. I probably wouldn't, but I do get tired of seeing what's happening with this country. And if it got so bad, I would never want to rule it out totally, because I really am tired of seeing what's happening with this country, how we're really making other people live like kings, and we're not.
What do you think of this year's presidential race, the way it's shaping up?
Well, it's going to be very interesting. I think that probably George Bush has an advantage. in terms of the election. I think that probably people would say that he's got like that little edge in terms of the incumbency, et cetera, et cetera. But I think Jesse Jackson's done himself very proud.
It should be taken down. And the bottom line is that you can't say that you have one rule for Facebook and you have a different rule for Twitter. The same rule has to apply, which is that there has to be a responsibility that is placed on these social media sites to understand their power. They are directly speaking to millions and millions of people without any level of oversight or regulation. And that has to stop.
Some people are really fucking stupid.
I don't know where the government comes up with this 3.5% inflation number, but it's BS. We're out here in the real world. My name's Brian Will. I own 4 restaurants. I can tell you that in February, chicken breast was $1.64 a pound. Now it's $2.22 a pound. That's a 27% increase. Ground beef was $3.87 a pound. Now it's $4.45 a pound. 13% increase. Cheese is up 11%. Ribeye up 25%. Avocados up 50%. These are core staple items in a restaurant. And our average inflation-induced increase is over 20% just in the last 6 months. I would love it if it was only 3.5%, but that's just not real world. So do we raise our prices? Do we cut employees? Do we cut critical services? What are businesses supposed to do in this nonsense 3.5% inflation environment? It's just not real.
A lot of shit pissed me off. Like we got Kamala Harris and Donald Trump going back and forth. You know, Trump got some views on the economy that he wants to propose and stuff, and now Kamala Harris came out with her plans to, you know, reduce student loan debt, stuff like that. Well, the Supreme Court already denied the student loan reform. They already did that. They're done. They're not letting the student loan debts come to the taxpayer money, come through the taxpayer money. They're not letting it happen. So anybody that has student loan, y'all gonna have to pay that shit. Kamala Harris, she ain't gonna be able to do it for you. Sorry to tell you, it's not gonna happen. But they're gonna keep on acting like they're running off of the student loan debts, and we're gonna make sure we pay it off for you guys, and it's not gonna happen. The Supreme Court knocked it down. It's not up to the taxpayers to pay off people's bad loans, you know. But yeah, we bailed out the fucking banks because you guys are fucking idiots. You guys gotta let these fucking companies crash if they gonna crash. Don't bail people out that's already making bad decisions. Don't bail people out that's already making bad business moves. They're already fucking tanking their business, and you're gonna bail them out with $800 million. Obama, you gonna build back better? Biden. Now what the fuck is Kamala Harris about to do? You know, we seen what Trump was trying to do. He was trying to bring all the fucking car businesses back to America. They're all shipped out into Mexico. The Nikes and the shoe companies is all in China. The motherfuckers is making TVs out in Thailand, Taiwan and shit. Everybody's making money but us. What the fuck are we producing? Don't worry, I'll wait. Do we got any fucking farms that's producing anything? No. You know who owns most of the fucking farmland in America? It's one person. Bill Gates, nigga. He's making sure he could feed your stupid ass unhealthy food so your ass ain't gonna be able to fight back when it's time. Or even develop a good enough mind to even counteract what he's doing to you. But it is what it is. Now, Kamala Harris is talking about she needs, what's that? Internet censorship. So now she's going to tell you how you can't post this, can't post that. We need people regulating the internet. What the fuck? We already got too much regulation as it is. Y'all notice this shit? And now we're about to have more regulations when Kamala Harris gets into office. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I don't give two fucks. Maybe we could just hear the problem and come up with an issue. Come up with the solution. Sorry. That's the problem. Motherfuckers want to listen to the problem and just go with whatever the the first answer is, can we actually get to the real solutions? Can we understand the issues and then get to a solution? These motherfuckers would just say whatever Kamala Harris says, whatever Barack Obama says, whatever Build Back Better Biden said. I don't give a fuck about none of this shit because it never helped us out since I was born. I ain't seen one fucking politician come through and really help out the community like they say they were going to do. I never seen one politician actually fulfill all the goals that they promised previous to getting elected. Can y'all show me where? Can y'all show me where these people have came up with their whole policies and actually fulfilled their promises? One, did George Bush do it? Senior. Did Bill Clinton do it? Did George Bush Jr. do it? Who did it? Ronald Reagan? Who said, I'm about to fulfill these promises to the people and do it? That's why the fuck I'm not talking about voting. I'm talking about their policies. And then if you do choose to vote, know their fucking policies. And if you do choose to vote, make sure it's going to help the community that you're in. Why are you so quick to jump to the presidential election and you ain't voted for not one Congress? You ain't voted for one mayor in your city, not one councilman. You ain't voted for shit, but you want to go straight to the president and think that they're going to help you or think that they're going to change anything in your community when you actually have access to the damn mayor in your damn community. You could damn near go talk to the mayor and tell them what you think should be done in your community. Yes, it's easy to talk to people like this because they're closer. You can't talk to the governor, but you can talk to the mayor. It's going to be harder to talk to the governor, but you might could get to that. You know what I'm saying? But I digress. If you vote for Kamala Harris, you's an idiot. If you vote for Donald Trump, you're probably going to be dumb too, but maybe that'll help us out. I don't know. If you just don't vote, fuck it, don't vote. Let us keep finding dead people voting. Let's keep finding people that is in prison voting. Let's keep finding these people keep fraudulently putting votes in the goddamn play, and we could just say that they're all lying. How about that? But to keep on acting like you need to vote for you. Who the fuck did something? Okay, all right, Trump did something, but he ain't do nothing. Nigga, he had enough time up in there too. He had just as much time to chill, do what he needs to do. He had 4 years. Did he drain the swamp? No, nigga. It is what it is, man. Silence acceptance, and we ain't having it. Like, comment, subscribe.